how do we look for execution in our environment? Well, there's a variety of ways to look for execution, right? You can look at process creation events, which I believe is 4688 within your Windows event logs, right? If you have event logs getting generated for stuff like that, or depending on how often you're having your events rolled over. For those who have like large environments or environments that log a lot of information, specifically in like a domain controller or just servers in general, you may want to look into potentially forwarding your logs somewhere, storing your logs whenever they do roll over, so you don't lose them, as they can be very pivotal and vital to an investigation. But let's just keep it simple, right? You go into your event logs, you see 4688, and that kind of gives you a starting point for your execution. Another thing you might look into is going to be your prefetch. Prefetch is really useful because not only does it tell you the process that may have executed, it also tells you any DLLs that may have been called for that process. So if your environment or the malware did some process injection, you may be able to see kind of a little bit of that within your prefetch. Note that again, that's a Windows thing. There's no prefetch for Linux, and also note that by default, most servers do not log prefetch. That is something that you have to enable separately, and again, that takes up space and processing power that you might need for other things within your server. So some things to note there as well. One super important thing that isn't enabled typically by default, that does need to be enabled by default, is script block logging. So whenever a script is executed, a lot of times what may happen within your logs, you see a name of a script and you see the process that started this script, typically be like PowerShell, command prompt, bash, something that will show you the script, the executor of that script. Many times, if you don't have script block logging, then you will not see the actual contents of that script. And if the script has a piece into it that deletes itself right after, then you'll never see it. So it is very important. When I was in the military, some of the environment